Hello, beautiful beings. Okay, ancients, it's a new moon. Please record this video for me. Please speak for me. I already know, I'm just about ready to do some of my nails. I already know the title of this video. It is, Does Everything Really Happen for a Reason? I stopped by my oldest daughter's house yesterday, and Doozer got in before I did, and there was a dog that's not normally there, and that dog attacked Doozer right away and ragdolled him. And yeah, it was bad. So he's snoring right now. He's doing really, really well. I rushed him to the animal hospital, and my gosh, my oldest son-in-law was so incredibly upset. He yelled at that other dog when he was putting him outside, out the back door. He was just like, "You don't do that to him. He's our friend." He's just such a tender being. My oldest son-in-law is. And yeah, so anyway, so I rushed him to the hospital, and it's so beautiful that he's snoring. He's not crying at all anymore. He cried for about 2 hours after we got home, after it was all over. And then once I got the blankets set up on the couch, and I got his favorite blanket, the one that you can't see that he's in. Here, I'll show you guys. You're a good boy. You're doing so great. I hope I was holding it right. I just wanted you to hear him snoring. Yeah, so once I got him on the couch and got him swaddled, I had him on his back. He just naturally just fit in this perfect little spot. And he went right to sleep. No more crying, and he was dreaming. I think he was dreaming about the incident, because he was really active in his dreams last night. So I didn't wear earplugs to bed last night, so I'd be able to hear him if I needed to. Okay, so that happening, I just kept thinking everything happens for a reason. And even if I don't, what were you guys saying about it? Even if I don't understand in the moment why it's happening, like, because working for a really long time at replacing negative thinking with more positive thinking, positive thinking entailed creating new beliefs, letting go of conditioned beliefs that weren't for my highest good, and creating new ones. And that is believing whatever makes me feel the best, no matter what anybody says. Because why would I believe something somebody else says just because they seem to be a person of authority or something, or they seem like they know for themselves? That's their own belief. But I can create any belief I want to, and I choose to believe whatever makes me feel better. So I've been talking about that, of course, since yesterday. So why did this happen? And, I got crickets all day, for the rest of the day and night last night. And then I felt compelled to record this video because there was some incoming. So interesting to me how I've practiced for so long at just letting it all go. Because, a realization like that, in the past, that would be coming in, I'd be running for a piece of paper and writing it down so I wouldn't forget it. But that's a part of the art of holding satsang, is mastering the art of letting go of everything. So, the birds are incredibly active right now. These little chickadees, they're just zooming around. That's a really good sign. So what were you guys saying about why this happened? Oh, the first thing they started showing me is, even though it's a long ways away from where I live, Glacier National Park is a lot closer than if I... You okay? It's okay. He squeaked. He had to get comfortable. Yeah, honey. Here, you come this way. Glacier National Park is a lot closer than if I lived in California, opposed to Montana. So having to drive several hours to get there is worth it. It's unlike any place I've ever been in my life. And so if you can call it a New Year's resolution, I've been saying it for many, many years, just drawn to it. I am going to start going there on a regular basis. I don't know what regular looks like, but we had a little taste of it the other day. I would have went further in to the park, but it was already starting to get late in the afternoon, and I don't like to drive. There's a lot of throat chakra activity going on, probably all chakra activity going on today because it's a new moon. So they're showing me our last adventure, our first of many adventures in Glacier National Park. They're showing this incident. Of course, I won't be able to take him there for a while now while he's healing up. And they showed me that and just different, like driving from place to place scenarios. I would have drove to the lake house to clean it today, and I didn't. I ended up not doing it. I rearranged my schedule with the help of a property manager so I could just be with him today and he could just rest. He's doing so much better than I imagined that he would today. Absolutely incredible. It was really exciting when he woke me up in the middle of the night and wanted to go outside. So much throat chakra activity. It's good. It's good. There is no but. Of course, these physical symptoms of ascension can be annoying at times, but it's all really good. So, right, they're showing me getting behind a really slow person on the road. I was listening to Mr. Ballin yesterday, and he was talking about somebody having, in the story, he was talking about somebody having road rage. And I've heard that, wow, I've heard that saying so many times, but really, really heard it yesterday. It's, it's becoming completely unconscious in basically a weapon. And what was our point with that? So when I get behind a slow moving traffic, it's been such a beautiful lesson on staying present and really paying attention to all the feelings of resistance that come up. Right, thank you. So specifically road rage, one of the main reasons I really heard it yesterday is because being an empath and driving, that feeling, I can be driving through that feeling at any moment when I'm driving down the road. And that realization fully hit me yesterday, and that just makes so much sense. Especially like with, oh, here, sweetheart. Empathic people that don't know they're empathic, picking up on feelings like that, like specifically bridges, places that people feel extra afraid naturally on, then the empath can drive across a bridge and just get absolutely overwhelmed with everybody else's fear to going across that bridge. Yeah. So I still believe that everything happens for a reason, because if I didn't believe that everything happened for a reason, like I'm not just saying any reason, I'm saying like a really, really good reason, I could believe, and I used to not understand why seemingly bad things happened, and I would just get so depressed and sad. And I did not overreact when Doozer got hurt yesterday. I didn't scream once. I actually saw how calm I was staying. It was really incredible. I stayed calm the whole entire time. I felt like crying, but it was just, I guess, balanced now. And this was a very good pop quiz to see just how far I've come with being able to balance emotions. Now it just feels automatic. And that's what all this practice comes to eventually is just our natural state of being. And also that, right, that being in our natural state of being, it seems like because we are practicing these new ways of being that are just like are the natural perfume of presence, of just being in our natural state of being. So for myself in my ascension, I've practiced these unpracticed, shed these conditioned ways of being that I automatically just went with, thinking wise and decision wise, unconditioned that, and then reconditioned into automatically believing that everything happens for a really good reason. I leave out really good because usually when I'm struggling to see this at times, it's a pretty, it was a traumatic event that happened. So really good just doesn't seem to fit. It seems like quite a vibrational stretch they're showing me. So I feel that this happened to keep me safe. That's what's been coming in. They've been showing me Glacier Park specifically, and not that it will always be dangerous, but like Ocean and I were talking about, winters seem so different here in Montana now that we don't know what the bears are doing. Yeah. Obviously, when there was 6 feet of snow, it was pretty much guaranteed that they would be hibernating. But it just keeps warming up and getting cold, and it keeps doing that. And exposing the grass also, they're showing. So yeah, who knows? I just I'll stick to they're sending in sending in a TLC song. Just stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I will. Okay, all right, Ocean. I sent you that clip of where Doozer and I went. We parked alongside the road, and it was a big pull out there. So I had felt like other people had taken it. There wasn't a path though, but it kind of looked like there was a path leading up. The forest was just pitch dark there. And that just I don't know, I can't even explain what it does to me, but just thinking about going into there it's thrilling beyond thrilling. So, but I had my bear spray ready to go right in my hand, and Doozer would also let me know if there was imminent danger. So we go into there, and just a little ways in, of course, my eyes adjust, and it's so much brighter in there than it looked from the highway. And then just massive cedars everywhere, all different kinds of trees, but mainly cedars. And just the smell and how bright it was in there. It was breathtaking. So beautiful. So, but it was also a very scary feeling. It was there were so many trees that had fallen in that area for some reason that it would make it I thought it would make it incredibly difficult for a bear to navigate that. It wasn't, they weren't placed to where he could just glide along the top of them. Yeah. So I feel that was the first thing they showed me. Why did this happen? And it was, just to keep me on the beaten path. Really. Okay. That's very balanced. All right. I don't need to thrill seek. Being attacked by a bear or a mountain lion is a very real thing where I live. So I don't take chances. I didn't realize that I really was taking that big of a chance, but that's not why this happened to Doozer, but it came up for a reason, and And I choose to believe that that helped me. This happening to him and us basically being laid up for a while he's healing is helping me in a way. They're showing me two trains, and then when one, they're coming straight at each other, and then the other one takes the other track. They're showing me how constant. We have no idea how rerouting. Yeah, how often we are rerouted throughout our days. That's beautiful. Okay, so does everything happen for a reason? That's up to you to believe or not. Is there anything else, ancients? He drank a whole bunch of water out of a syringe that I have. That was very exciting. He gave me morning kisses and wagged his tail. Also, very, very good signs. He actually wagged his tail for the first time in the middle of the night last night when he got up to go potty. I was so excited. I woke up to him like he squeaked because he moved. And I heard it because I wasn't wearing earplugs. I didn't wear earplugs the whole time I was raising my daughters either. Of course, because I had to be able to hear the slightest noise. So I heard him squeak last night and went outside with him. And he was a bit wobbly, but he did really well. And I was just like, wow, Doozer, you're doing such a great job. And he tried to look up at me and wagged his tail a couple times. Really good sign. Yeah, and right, oh my gosh, he shook. And I've noticed that with dogs, if they get upset about something, it's imperative that they shake it off right away. And he wasn't able to shake until the middle of the night last night. And it was a long one too. And that was another amazing sign that he's healing up so well and is not going to need surgery. Because he just full on did it, and he didn't even cry when he did it. So that's really good. I'm taking him back on Tuesday morning at 8:30, and they're going to check him out. And I felt a healing. I said to him last night, "You're healing, Doozer," and they said he's already healed. And I really felt that last night. They had me do some energy work on him. They said, "Say it like it is." They had me do some healing energy work on him last night. And my throat chakra activated, it responded to that. Fine-tuning the speaking our truth, right? Saying it like it is without hurting others. So, what were we saying about you? Usually when something happens to somebody or something we love, it makes us realize, just how much we love them. But I already knew how much I loved Doozer. Yeah, thank you. Wow. They reminded me with that stretch. Shaking it off. Eckhart Tolle taught me that so long ago about how ducks, if you see two ducks fighting, it only lasts a few seconds, and then they both flap their wings vigorously, and they're shaking off that negative energy, and then they peacefully float on. That was always such a great example. And then I had just noticed that over the years with animals. It's also a cue, part of their language to us when they don't like something. Yeah, like, oh, sorry, bud, my bad. When before I had his gentle leader for him, that gently pulls his nose down when he pulls. I used to, pull on him and say, heel or easy, and I was so annoyed, and he would stop and shake. I'm like, oh, sorry. He's just been such a beautiful mirror for me, as far as patience goes, and releasing resistance and doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. That's the definition of fear, insanity, you know. Yeah, fear also. Is there anything else we want to talk about? I've been so blessed to hold such beautifully deep satsang recently. Yeah, quite incredible. All right, that's it for now. I'm going to go fill a few of my nails. It's very peaceful to me to do that. Yeah, they're just so pretty. This is basically my favorite color. I most recently made this color blue with this one and this one. This one's the one I usually wear. I don't know if you can see it, but it's blue and purple. And then I wear this holographic one over the top of it. I don't have my green one out, but I have this really super beautiful green one on each middle finger. And those are the only fingers I have rings on, and that green just matches them so beautifully. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Thank you so much for the just absolutely beautiful comments you guys leave me. They're just so heartfelt and so encouraging also. Yeah. Satsang with Mamaji and the Ancients. I love that. We love you so much.